Alright, let's first talk about the pattern. I call this thinking like a drummer, because it really is the same thing what a drummer plays between the bass drum and the snare. It's usually alternating. Sometimes the kick drum and the snare hit the same note value, but most of the time they are alternating. To show you what I mean, let's look at bar 3 and 4 of my Csus4 jam. To make my point, I recorded the same pattern as a drum groove. Let's listen. You see, I came up with this approach because I was also a drummer. At some point, I realized that I can easily approach the piano the same way. So I recommend to you, buy yourself some drum schools, with some cool, funky drum grooves, and look at the snare and at the kick drum grooves, and then simply apply them to the piano the same way I did here. Csus4 chords are fantastic. If you listen to my little jam, you probably noticed that I use a lot of different bass notes underneath that C sus. In fact, I use 9 different notes. There are only 3 that don't fit. So B sus4, the sus chord a half step below, has all the notes you cannot play in the bass when C sus4 is your chord, which is B, E, and F sharp. The third and last thing in this tutorial I want to touch on are the arpeggiated figures in the right hand. At first glance, this seems to be pretty complex, but you won't believe how simple it actually is. Let me explain to you what I was thinking when I was playing this. I'm simply using 2 different hand positions. The first one with 4 notes of the Sus4 chord, and the second one with 3 notes. And then I randomly run those notes. And I also changed the rhythm. Go back and listen to the whole jam, and you will see that I simply vary the rhythm. Sometimes I play triplets, 8th notes, 16th notes, and I vary, the order of the notes. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. When you're really serious about this stuff, you should check out my post at popjazzkeys.com/sus4. There you find some more exercises, practice tips, and other related valuable information. See you there.